Hi guys, I'm going to take you through how to correctly answer a Section 1 Part A question for your higher exam in design and manufacture. In the final exam, Section 1 usually always consists of the same style of questions, and it gives you a total of 25 marks for that section. On the first page, you're given two products with the details of the materials for each part and its retail price. And this section is looking for you to be able to compare and contrast the different design features of the products and using your knowledge of the key topics such as materials, manufacture, design issues, justify or explain your answers. It is important that you refer clearly to both products in your answers for all of the questions in Section 1. The questions in Section 1 can differ, but usually 1A and 1B will all focus on materials and manufacturing processes. These questions never change. The remaining 3 or 4 questions usually focus on other design issues such as function, safety, aesthetics, ergonomics, and they can also cover other aspects of the course, things like standard sizes and components, like you can see in the example questions below. When you first begin practicing these questions, it's sometimes helpful to tick the materials which you know the properties of off the top of your head straight away. You might not know every single material and its properties, but this will help you to establish which ones you can actually write an answer for just now. So, for example, for the Risotorp kitchen trolley, off the top of my head, I know the properties of the aluminium mesh trays, the pine handle, the nylon caster wheels and wheel bearings, and the stainless steel wheel bolts. So already I've got 4 at least materials that I know I can write an answer for this one trolley. For the other trolley, you will be able to write about some of the materials and the properties of that one as well. When you're writing these questions, it's really important to consider the vocabulary that you use because some terms are more suitable than others. Try to avoid using the same property in more than one answer. So for example, if you know that 2 different metals are both corrosion resistant, don't repeat corrosion resistance as an explanation in another answer. You can also substitute terms for more official sounding ones instead of saying something like the material doesn't rust. Say something about corrosion resistance instead, just to help improve your use of the right terminology. And try not to use the term strong incorrectly or because you don't have another explanation. Make sure you understand the difference between strength, hardness, and toughness because they all mean something different. It's not just a go-to answer and you're unlikely to pick up a mark just for writing if something is strong. So the question 1A for the 2 kitchen trolleys that you've been given is asking you to explain why the materials chosen are suitable for these products for 6 marks. It's usually always worth 6 marks, this question, so it would make sense for you to write 3 explanations for the first product and 3 explanations for the second. That might not always be possible depending on how strong your knowledge of material properties are, but any combination of 6 explanations, as long as the answer covers both products, will be acceptable. So make sure, even if you are only covering 2 properties of the first product, you cover 4 for the other products to a maximum of 6. Or you might even do 5 for the first one, as long as one of your explanations covers the other trolley, then you've covered both products in your answer. So what is a valid explanation? Each individual explanation should be structured like this. The statement first, introduce the material and product you're explaining. Why should you do this? It makes it explicitly clear to the marker and shows that you've covered both the products in your answer. If you can say, I'm talking about this part and this product. Secondly, give your reason. So this is where you're showing your knowledge of the material and its properties. Why should you do this? That's where you're going to get your mark from. And lastly, do link it back to the product. So explain why it's suitable for the product and think about what this particular part of the trolley is used for. This demonstrates that you have higher level ability to make connections between the choice of materials and the design of the product. So, in full, that explanation would read like this. That explanation in full would get you 1 of your 6 marks. Yes, it does seem like you're waffling a lot, but not all of your answers will have to have as long an explanation. With 6 explanations structured in this way, you should be looking to write about half a page of A4 for question 1A alone. Welcome to higher. This would be an example of a perfect answer. I'm not going to read it through. I've tried to give you the green ticks to show you where you would pick the marks up. And as you can see, not all of the explanations are as long as others. and I've referred to the name of the product